Hi everyone, this is Connie from Connie's Nails and Creative Creations. Today I am taking part in the challenge that is called K.I.S.S, Keep It Simple Sunday. It is Melissa from Melissa DIY who is doing this challenge, and her co-host is Theresa B DIY. Of course it's Theresa. So let's get right to it. Okay, I got this sign from the Dollar Tree. It was a pink St. Patrick's Day sign. I don't usually decorate for St. Patrick's, and it was the only one in the whole store, so I just grabbed it. I am struggling here a little bit trying to get this shamrock off, but I finally got it pried off, and I wasn't too worried about what it looked like on the back because I'm not using the back. So I went ahead and just cut that jute off of it. Now, as you notice, it is bowed really bad, and I was kind of trying to bend it back, but that wasn't working. So I'll show you in a minute what I end up doing. So this is my chalk paint that I make, and I'm just putting a coat on here, and I end up putting 2 coats to get full coverage. After I did the first coat, I realized that I hadn't covered those holes, so I grabbed the putty from Dollar Tree and filled those, and then I started painting the second coat, and by the time I got down there it was dry, so I just sanded it and went ahead and painted it. Got it all nice and pretty. Now I'm taking a chippy brush with some burnt umber, and I'm just lightly distressing this to kind of make it look like it's wood. Now I've got some of those large, or not large, but the large popsicle sticks that are tongue depressors that the Dollar Tree has, and I'm just cutting off the round edges and trying to figure out how many of those that I'm going to need to go around the border. Now I went and I took some of that burnt umber and mixed it with a little bit of water, and I'm just putting it over the popsicle sticks to kind of stain them but not have to use stain. And of course the color of them are variations of shades and a little bit of different color. That's what I was kind of looking for. Now, while those are drying, or they're already dry, I'm going to see if I can fix the bow. Now, I grabbed these dowels and I'm gluing them to the back, and they are going to hold the sign straight. I'm putting 2 on each side, and then I'm putting 1 smack dab in the middle, and that completely straightens out this sign. You can't even tell there was ever a bow in it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and get that all on there. It takes me a minute to figure out if my placement's going to be right, but I went ahead and I wasn't sure by putting the ones on the side from top to bottom was going to do it, but it almost completely did it, and that's why I went ahead and decided to go ahead and put 1 in the middle. Now, what I used to trim it and cut those was my miter shears, and I got those for Christmas from my son, and the link is on my Amazon store, and I have all my links from everywhere in my link tree, and I will have I'll have that in my description box, a link to it, so that you can get to my link tree and purchase this or purchase whatever else that I do use. So as you notice, as I'm putting those dowels, it's straightening out tremendously. There's not much when I'm pushing it flat, but I did want to go ahead and put 1 down the center because it makes it much sturdier, and it makes it a little bit heavier so that it is a much better sign. So there, I'm going to put that one right down the middle, and that just really completely straightens it out so that it's not bowing. So once that is done, I am going to turn it over and I'm going to start working on that border. So I think I did 13 of those popsicle sticks, 12 or 13. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start gluing those around all the edges. And after I get done on the ends, I had 2 left, and I cut one to size, and then I just cut the other one the same size. Well, that was a mistake because it was a little bit different. So I had to grab a new one, and I had to stain it, dry it, and then cut it the right size, or vice versa. I might have cut it first, but at least I had the right size. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just putting my hot glue on those and putting them around. They're very secure with the hot glue, so that was good. Now, as you can see, I've done the one side, and I used all of the same size, the regular size, full size, until I got to the very end, and then it was like a little piece, and I didn't mind having that there as just the end. So here I'm going ahead and I'm finishing those up, and this is when I'm going to use my I think I just used my scissors to cut these because they are so easy to cut. I didn't have to use my miter shears on these. So I'm just taking a measurement, and I'm just going to cut those little pieces and go ahead and get this glued on here. And then this is where I'm going to mess up on the end one, and I'm having to recut a new one and make sure it's the right size, and then I'm going to stain it really fast and use my heat gun, and that's a Darcy heat gun, and I have a link on my link tree for that as well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and, now that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto that end piece and make sure that it's all nice and secure. So then when I'm done with that, I'm going to grab a sticker, a family sticker from Dollar Tree. I've seen a lot of people using this. It's very pretty. I just love the style of it. So I'm going to go ahead, kind of figuring out about where I'm going to have to put it so that it stays centered, or that is centered. And I'm just going to go ahead and peel that off and line it up and just place it down. Now, these stickers are very sticky, but over time, I know that they can lose their stickiness, so I am going to Mod Podge over this to seal it in completely. And because it's a sticker, I don't have to worry about any kind of bubbling or anything. So there, I'm just placing it down, and then I'm going to rub it and make sure that it's all there, nice and secure. There's no lifting or anything. Then, and that's what I'm going to grab my Mod Podge, and I'm going to go ahead and go over the whole sign with the Mod Podge. Okay, now that the Mod Podge is all dry, I took some jute and I'm just going to glue that on the back, and I'm going to use a piece of that popsicle stick. I'm cutting it in half, and I'm going to use that to go over the jute so that it stays securely attached to this sign, because now that it's got the dowels and the popsicle sticks, it's a little bit heavier than what it was, so I wanted to make sure that it stayed secured on there. Now that is all done, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. And don't forget to check out all the information down in the description box. I hope you guys enjoyed this and you have a blessed day, as well as be the Bible that somebody reads today. Bye-bye.